If you guys lacking coins for all the new cards that are out, then check out mulefactory.com. They're the cheapest site I've found for coins, they deliver in 5 minutes, and if you use TGC CURT5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. Check them out with the link down below now. What's up guys, CURT'S here and welcome to a brand new episode of The Road to Glory. If you guys didn't catch the first episode, then I do recommend firmly that you go and check out that episode. It is an introduction to the series and a load of other bits of information. We're going to cover loads of different stuff as we go throughout this episode. But today we have the continuation, basically moving on to Division 9. We have some other cool parts. We get a manager's pack, which I think is pretty cool. So because I completed all the manager tasks, we get to open a special pack. I'm just going to wait. This actually happened. In my special manager task pack, I got an 83 rated inform. All you have to do is do a couple simple little things like add fitness to your players and that sort of stuff. This is the pack pretty much everyone gets at the start of the game. And I got an untradeable inform. I thought that was mental. All 3 players being rare is absolutely sick. And I feel like I was hella lucky right there. I don't think that is a common thing in the slightest. So we're going to let that soak in for a little bit. We're going to say though, thank you guys again so much for all the support on the first episode. You guys seem to really be liking it. And if you could continue to smash that like button, that would be absolutely fantastic. Also, a little bit of news. I'm still unsure if I'm going to be uploading this on my second channel. I think I may try some episodes starting out on the second channel this week. So if you guys want to keep up to date with the series, don't forget to subscribe to the second channel in the description down below. There will be a link to go and find it. We were talking about some goals though in the last episode, weren't we guys? And I still want to find out what you guys think for some stuff to have in plan. Obviously we span the wheel. If you guys don't know, every division's season up until 2 we have to use a particular league out of the top 5, and we spun the wheel. This time we got the Serie A, so you're going to see me buying a bunch of Serie A players in the background, doing a bit of trading. We managed to shift on our Colombian side, and we're going to try and put together a squad that can kind of do something in this week. So I was also constantly thinking ahead about how next week's weekend league was originally going to be Premier League only, but they've changed it, so that's not a problem. So some of the decisions I make in this episode will be cancelled out because they've changed that. And obviously at the time we're recording this, the weekend league has started, so we're going to have to see what happens in the future of this series to see whether or not anything happens to do with that. But you see we're saying a couple of players. Valencia was shifted on there. A few players go in and out. But as I was talking about the goals, we had a few things in mind. The first one that I pitched to you guys that could be to do with like sniping and trading, because throughout the episode you'll see I do a little bit of sniping. I'll try and bump up our coins, try and get us a few things. And I was thinking perhaps like if we reach, like, these are things that we have to try and achieve. So the goals that you guys seem to put in the comments were basically like as follows. Like people were saying if you're sniping, try and do something like that. So say for example I could set a goal of a 10k snipe. I have to try and make a 10k profit on a snipe. Or perhaps win a division, go for a whole division without conceding a goal. Things like that. I just want to make it so that we have extra stuff we have to do. But we're not going to introduce the goals just yet. We're going to kind of just enjoy the Road to Glory aspect of it for now. And then the goals may come as we start to... Once we get a very established team and we can go through very easily each game, that's when we'll start to look at the other stuff. And obviously we'll start doing all the squad builder challenges and all that sort of thing. But as you can see in this season's game, it's going quite well. The seasons are quite easy now that we've got a decent side. So I'll let that play in the background for a second. But and a few other things we have to cover. In the last episode, I asked you guys about video length, and a lot of people seem to say 15 to 20 minutes is what they prefer. That would be perfect for them. That is my goal. I'll try and get it in future to be 15 to 20 minutes. But in this case, what you're going to see is I believe we get the entire division done in this episode at 11 minutes. So I'm not going to try and like force half episodes like added on to the end. If I feel like an episode is comfortable at the end, then it will be that long. And plus, if we get to FUT Champions, then the videos will definitely be around 20 minutes long if all goes to plan. Anyway, as you can see in this game, it's actually 4-2. This was a really bizarre game. I was super comfortable against this guy. I had a really easy lead, but no like where you just kind of stop playing properly because it's just kind of too easy. Like that's what I was doing in this game. I was like browsing Reddit, having a look at some YouTube videos. As you'll see here as well, my goalie made 1 save. His made 18, which I thought was actually pretty hilarious that that's even possible for him to score 2, my goalie make 1 save, and then his goalie to make 18 saves. As you can see, I was a little bit annoyed about my goalie letting in 2 from 3 possible chances, so I went ahead and sold him and we picked up Perrin. I thought it's a good little deal. 83 rated goalie for that cheap, you can't go wrong. And if it comes to the point where a Team of the Week squad builder will come out, I'm sure we'll be able to make a good bit of profit on pairing if that happens in the near future, which a few people think it might for the Lunar stuff. But the next game we come up against a guy who is pretty flipping easy. In all honesty, this is a team that should be an easy win. He's got actually a strong link in midfield, which is unusual, but a nice bit of play there. Piaka, it took us 51 minutes to get the lead in this game, but Piaka does a good job of finishing that after cutting inside. And then from a corner, a bit of a turbo dribbling somehow wins us a penalty. I'm a little bit unsure about that one, but 77th minute, he steps up. I changed mind last way, chip it, and he saves it. I really struggle with penalties in this series for some reason. I try and do them like how I wouldn't normally do them. I thought this was a sick move as well to win a second penalty, but I try and do them unusually. And then this one, I just tapped it along the floor. He saved it. It did lag, but then it didn't go in. It was an absolute fail. We missed the rebound, and it was just an absolute bit of a nightmare, but we finally got our second to finish the win. Missing 2 penalties in one game is absolutely unbelievable, but we do well in the end to get the 2-0 win, and the guy didn't really deserve to even be in with a shout, especially considering we missed 2 penalties. So 6 points from our 2 games. You can't really have any complaints right there. Another thing as well, I mentioned in the last episode we have a Bury badge. I don't know why I called it that because it's actually Port Vale. But like I said though, we are going to stick with our kits. And then I felt like I needed someone to beef up the defence a little bit. I was struggling with kind of just having someone really enforcing at the back. And I wanted to have a rotation with to keep a bit of fitness up. So as you see, I bought Koulibaly then, put a few fitness cards on all my players, and we come up against this team. He has a couple good players. Dembele and Royce will be decent. I'm surprised he doesn't have a Bundesliga striker, would give him way more chemistry, but there's definitely some good players in that squad, but not good enough for this team. It didn't take us long to take the lead with Donsa. I really like him actually, considering the price he was. He's such a solid midfielder, chips in with goals, does a lot for the team, but Dembele's on the ball here. And he's weaving in and out, in and out, in and out. And he actually does really well to get a goal there. That's how you should do corners, in my opinion. If you actually whip them in, nothing will ever happen. But you got to go short and do that in and out thing. And in all honesty, that was how the game ended. It was a pretty frustrating one for me. We did get 600 coins, and I wasn't too bothered, as you'll see here. We need 13 points to win the division. So that means we needed 1 extra win or draw. A win or draw is exactly the same in reality. As long as we get 4 wins and then a win or a draw, it's fine. So provided I don't lose any games, I will still go through in 5 games as I would have done with 5 wins. So a draw is not the end of the world, and I kind of just wanted to make sure I didn't lose. I tried to open a few bronze packs here to see if we got lucky. Sadly, no one really sold for a right lot, but it did help getting a few contracts and a couple extra bits just to help us see ourselves along. And I stuck all those players on the transfer list, got about 200 coins for a bunch of different ones, and I'll just keep reselling them and reselling them. That'll be something I try and do throughout the series a lot. You never know, you can get lucky in the bronze packs. There's a lot of YouTubers who stand by absolutely 24/7, and we also may try doing the bronze, silver, gold method where you like bump it up each time. But this guy came really close early on, and the ball actually comes back to him after that chance, and Balotelli does fantastically here to score the goal. I was impressed at how good Balotelli was for this guy. He was an absolute beast. It was so hard to deal with, but in the 67th minute, a Turbe gets himself through, cuts inside, easy little finish really after just taking your time. I feel like players in these lower divisions, you don't have to do too much, just don't rush it. As long as you don't rush it, they will literally just fly in with tackles, and it gets quite easy. But I was a little bit upset at this point. The division really wasn't going the way I expected it to. Balotelli stepped up with a free kick, and he gets his second of the game. And this was one of those games where I felt like it was out of my control, and I was pretty gutted with just how poorly I was playing, messing up chances like that. But then we square it back here, and we still can't seem to find a breakthrough. It's one of those games where I just couldn't do anything, and convinced that should have been a penalty. It absolutely wiped out my player. And then on the 86th minute, I mean, there's no words for that. What's the goalie doing? And guys, I was gutted. I really should be losing games in these divisions. I feel like some players I've been absolutely battering and really struggling to win. And obviously he gets his extra one here because the goalie's all the way up the pitch for the corner. And this was just a disastrous game. So all I'm going to say is let's just forget about that one. I feel, well, stats kind of show I probably outplayed him. I had more shots and shots on target, but this one is one we'll just kind of ignore, and as long as we win the next 2 games on the bounce, we'll be okay. I fixed a few players' fitness as well because there was a lot of tied players, which I think affected the team. We tried to get some free coins here by doing the catalogue stuff. Nice and easy to get the kits and then sell them. I forgot to mention in the last episode too, I did the 200 coin boost for each game as well, but I think I forgot to include that in the episode. But this gave us a nice little boost now. We're on 1,600, and I was like, right, it's time to change the striker. Perotti has done nothing for me. We need someone who's a beast. And in reality, this guy's actually just moved to Watford in real life, which I think is absolutely sick. A really cool card. Didn't realise just how good he is. He's got a lot of strength. skills, pace, the lot. And now I decided to do one more bronze pack. We get a healing card, which is handy. That should sell over the weekend. And Novak, however you say his name, not really that handy, but a fitness card, they will sell, and a few different discards there. But then we decided to go into our second to last game of the episode, I believe. I think so, anyway, and this guy took ages to pick his kit, but he finally did. He has a decent little team. He's actually got some strong links. He's got some players on full chem, which is quite unusual in this league, in this division. But having Shaw, Walcott, Dele Alli, Sissoko, Batshuayi, some good players there. But Piaka slides through to Niang on his debut. He gives a fantastic little assist there from the fake shot. Like I said, that's one of those ones where if you just take it slow, you get your goal, and it's as easy as that. Piaka again on the edge of the box. Easy 1-2, 1-2 pass to Turbe. Puts it in the back of the net. It's very, very easy at this point. And I've just realised I'm going to need to edit the last game because I don't think I've included the last game. So this episode's going to be longer than I realised, so there will be a slight break in a second. But as you see here, Niang's just beasting the whole defence. He literally destroys everyone with these skills. It was such a sick run. He took on about 7 players in the process and puts it in the back of the net. Nice and easy, just what we wanted. 3-0. The guy kept playing for some bizarre reason. Piaka here, look, you just take your time. This is exactly what I mean. Like, you just play it slow and you can just score because they just slide all over the place. You don't need to try and do intricate passing. It's just so easy to score. And Piaka does win a penalty here. This seemed like almost identical to the tackle in the last game. And this time when I actually needed the penalty, I score it. Whereas when I don't get one. Just the way it goes. 5-0. We finished it off nicely with that pen and the little celebration. And then once again, just easy run. And Niang gets his second assist, tap in of the game. I believe that went to Brozovic, and that was 6-0. Easy win there. Very, very easy. We need one more win now to win the division. And that means I need to go and edit this other video, edit the next game, because I've just realised I haven't included it. Right, I've gone ahead and re-edited all of it. I didn't realise just how much stuff I did between this and the next game. I spent a lot of time trying to put some coins together, guys. I sold basically every bronze player, or listed them, and I tried doing a little. I was just curious about the price of a man of the match, but I was doing some sniping. We were looking at any player with Hunter on. I got a little bit annoyed with that one for a while because everyone seemed to be doing it. And then I tried just left forwards under 1,700 coins. There was a lot. We managed to get a Shatov pretty quickly here. We got him for 700. He ended up selling, I believe, for 1,800. I do think I show it in the next episode it'll be. But that's 1,100 profit after tax. We missed out on a couple like this Bufal here. There's a few we did miss. But to get 1k after tax, you can't really complain. And then there was a few, but I ended up making a few wholesale changes to the squad. I basically was just trying to get as much fitness change in. I thought the game would be pretty easy regardless. We did open some bronze packs here. You'll see us just smash through them. We needed fitness cards, and I thought maybe if we could strike lucky, then we'd be laughing. I think that's going to be the way. I'll try and get fitness cards as well as rotation throughout the series. I did put one fitness card on, but then we had a massively rotated squad with some very tired midfielders. A bronze left back, a bronze right wing in midfield. A pretty weak squad. No Koulibaly, no Donson, no Drame. A lot of my key players weren't involved, but I think it should be nice and easy regardless. We do come up against probably one of the best teams I've played this series. Dybala is an absolute sick striker for someone to get. Just pretty solid all around, but we should still be quite comfortable. Piaka here with a nice 1-2 play with Niang. Piaka seems to have probably been one of our best players. Him and Turbe have been absolutely boss. We did manage to win the penalty, and of course we gave it to Piaka. And instead of doing something silly, I just absolutely smashed it to the right, and the guy was too late to get it. And that put us 1-0 to the good. And we do a nice little bit of pass and play here, and a great scoop turn by Turbe gives us a very easy goal there to strengthen our lead. And it's just as well that we did, because not long after, for some reason, that was the worst clearance I've ever seen. That was a full strength square clearance, and Sane does this. What a flipping finish. That goal never should have happened. If I'd booted it properly like I should have done, that would have been fine. But we still got the win, and that means we got 3,470 coins. Absolutely sick. Obviously, it means we won the division. And that, guys, brings us to the end of this episode. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. We got a lot of cool stuff coming in the next episode. Comment down below anything you want to see happen, any tips or suggestions. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!